there. Hi, Ricardo. What's going on? May was here. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hey. Hey. So many. Hi. Hello. What am I making? Well, child. I'm actually just like, I'm not really calling it a curry because it's not, I'm just like doing like a curry-like dish with just a bunch of stuff that I've got left over in my house. Cause I like literally I looked in my fridge and I saw like a whole chicken. I bought chicken from Costco and it was a whole chicken and I forgot that they came with a pack of 2. So I saw that like its sell by date was tomorrow. So I was like, oh, okay, well, screw it. I guess I'll make like a sort of curry chicken with this. And like, this is not like a cooking tutorial or a class at all. We're really just literally hanging out to the point where like I didn't even bring like, I'm gonna use my Thermomix to make my curry thing sauce because I just don't really want to put in a lot of work today. I've had a really busy day and I want to use up this chicken so I don't waste any food. That's essentially what I'm doing today. How are you guys? But then I just decided like, you know, it could be fun to just hang out with some people on a live. I generally don't hang out casually on YouTube as much as like TikTok. YouTube makes live such a production, I find. But I'm making it like a thing where I want to also hang out with like YouTube subscribers. So, of course, I'm so glad you guys like it. Everyone say hi to Mochi. She's hanging out. She's saying hello. Hi, baby. Yeah, so, I need garlic and ginger. Let's get some garlic and ginger. Some ginger here. And do I have any like peel? I do. What's up? The answer to garlic and ginger is always yes. Yes, it is. So, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a Thermomix before, but this is an old one that I had bought used many years ago. When I was running a secret restaurant out of my house, it was like having another cook in the kitchen. So I would usually be making soups in this guy while making a whole bunch of other courses. So basically I call this my like soup and curry machine. It's basically a blender that heats up. It's a blender that cooks. And it's really useful when you've got other stuff to do. This is not sponsored, and actually like, I actually tried buying a newer version of this more recently, and I actually messaged them about like, you know, hey, let me buy this, the new version of your thing, and they kind of like ghosted me on Instagram, so I was like, whatever. That being said, still very, very useful, so I'm just gonna chop up some garlic and ginger in this thing, throw in some ghee. That thing will cook the garlic and ginger in the ghee, and then we'll add onions. This stuff is amazing though. I don't know if you've seen this, Brooklyn Deli, their tomato achar. I'm gonna use that as like a tomato base in my curry. Hello. What is ghee? Ghee? I'll go get it. And feel free to ask questions. I'm happy to answer any kind of cooking questions that you have. Like I said, this is not a cooking class, but I like to help once every now and then whenever I can. So ghee, this is desi ghee. It is Indian clarified butter. So basically it is the butter, the oil from the butter with the milk solids taken out. And because the milk solids have been removed from the ghee, it has a much higher smoking point but it still has that butter flavor. So you can use it to like stir fry stuff. I use this in wok cooking all the time, even though it's like not traditional in Chinese cooking. I use ghee because it's delicious and has a high smoke point. So you can use it for stir fries and stuff. Yeah, if you can get a hookup for a Thermomix and get it like used, I highly recommend it. So use ghee instead of oil. Yeah, because it has like, still has that richness and that rich butter flavor that you normally get when you cook with butter. But because it has the high smoke point, you can do stuff in it. Like you could do stuff like stir frying, wok cooking. You can't really deep fry in ghee. Although, I mean, technically you can deep fry in ghee, but that is a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot. I bet it would be delicious though. Could you imagine like frying chicken and deep frying chicken in ghee? Oof. It would shave like years off of your life, but probably delicious. Wait, so... Hello. So we're gonna just do a quick chop of this guy. No, I think I need my little... Oops. Mochi, you're getting in my way, girl. So we've got all the garlic and ginger chopped up in here now. And we're pushing it all to the bottom so that we can fry it in with the ghee. So I'll set this to, I'd say like, probably like 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Add a slow mix. And there we go. What in the Jetsons? This thing is actually like old. Like I've had this for years and I bought it like used because they are very, very expensive. But that being said, when I was running like a secret restaurant out of my apartment, this thing like did the work of a whole nother person, and it was like cheaper to have one of these than, you know, it was cheaper to have one of these than to like hire like somebody to make a soup. It's already starting to smell like, you know, everybody's cooking. Yeah, it is. It's pretty crazy. Like there is a newer version out right now. Like you can look at this. This looks like it looks like it's running Mac OS like Tiger. And if you remember that was like, it looks like the original Apple iPod OS. That's what they're still working with. That's what they're using here. I tried to like connect it to the Wi-Fi and it was like freaking out. I crashed it because like my Wi-Fi password has like symbols in it and it could not handle that. So obviously this guy is a little bit on the older side, but it still works. It still works. So we're gonna keep using it. Is this my kitchen or this is my kitchen. Bro taped an iPhone 3 to a blender. That's amazing. That was who said that? McCoy Fleming. That's funny. Well done. If you want to see like a really funny take and video on this, on YouTube, there is this is like this Australian comedic lady duo called like The Catering Show. It's Kate with a Kate, and they have like something like a video dedicated to this. It's a pretty iconic cooking show. It's really funny. I highly recommend it. They do like it's a parody of cooking shows. You like my mushrooms? Thank you. Mushroom videos? Yes. All right. So now that the what's it called? Now that the ginger and the garlic has been pretty well cooked, we're gonna add in the onions and then like pretty much do the same thing to them. We're gonna chop up the onions, and then we're gonna saute the onions, and then we're gonna add all the other parts of the curry. And that is the onions done. Hey Ken, chimichanga. I said it out loud. Did you need me to whisper it into the now that I know you're not doing it for weird stuff, like I'll whisper chimichanga into the microphone all you need, but I'm glad. I hope you can post these videos. Oh sure. Go for it. Give the people what they want. Hello from Croatia. Ken just likes it when I like whisper like chimichanga into the microphone. And now that I have a pretty good idea that he's just doing it for a laugh and not because it's kind of like, I'm not one to kink shame, but I'm also not one to participate if I don't know who you are. There we go. All right, we're gonna let that cook. We all like it, John. See, I don't need to give you a judging face. Like she is my judging face. Can you judge for me? Thanks. All right, now while you love my kitchen tour, I hope that you can manage. Oh yeah, I mean, I hope that this kitchen obviously was made to be aspirational. Like it costs a lot of money, costed lots of money to do. Not everybody can do it, but the more, as with like any kind of like luxury brand or features of anything, they start to trickle down. It works a lot better than the economics theory does. The more features become available, the more people want it, the more demand comes up for it, the more we'll start like designing our kitchens and stuff like this. A lot of the stuff that I made for this kitchen like did not really exist in the home before. Like people weren't really like focused on kind of like using electricity in the kitchen to their advantage. Before it was always just like, oh, I guess this is all right. It was like, no, there are good parts about this that we can use. All right, we're going to up the 250 degrees. Continue to stir and let that go for a while. Doing the dishes is the worst part about cooking. I find that if you cook professionally, the longer that you are a cook or a chef, professionally speaking, the more you grow to like it. Being cooked in. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you appreciate that. And yes, it is an aga. It's an aga in the back. To the cooking onions, we are going to add, I've got seasonings now. This is a master stock blend. I'm going to use this in place of garam masala because it's like, this is kind of like my interpretation of Chinese spice, 5-spice, but it was also inspired by garam masala. So the notes are very similar. So you can totally use my master stock blend in the curry if you wanted to, which I do mostly because it's right in front of me. So, but we still need curry powder. I love doing the dishes. Nice. There's some curry. I'm gonna need more curry powder than that. Hold on. What's this? Cumin? Oh, we want that too. Cumin and curry powder. Anything besides dishes. Wow, anything. Hello there. It is the most comforting thing in the winter. I love having that thing on. See how we doing? Pretty good. Love your content. So glad you're doing the lives. Well, thank you. Who inspires me to cook? This is really, and you know, support small brown businesses. Who inspire? Well, people who cook professionally, just like really, we love to cook for people. Anybody. We cook for whoever will eat. Minestrone soup. Sorry, there's a moth right here. Switch them back and forth between Chinese and Indian dishes. Where do you use 5-spice powder? We've been making our own pork char siu down to mixing and grinding the 5 spices. So you mix. If I was making char siu, I mean, like my char siu recipe is pretty traditional, so I would just use regular 5-spice powder, and I would definitely make my own 5-spice powder. Any tips on the minestrone soup? No, I don't really know how to make any. I don't know how to make it myself, so couldn't be very helpful. The aga, it's a very expensive stove. It is a high-end stove. Not to mention the fact that it's like probably costs that much because it's a solid piece of cast iron that had to be shipped here. French toast is delicious. What's the benefit of what? The aga? Well, for me, the aga is really good for content creating because there are separate ovens here, right? So each oven is a different temperature. So when I batch film, I can cook up to like 5 different things at a time, either keep them warm or have them roasting or slow cooking or what. in each one, and I can continue going on and not have to wait for one thing to cook. So for me, for my purposes, it is absolutely super ideal. Not to mention the fact that it's probably like one of the best electric ovens that you can get. Guyanese food. Guyanese food. I need to know like what are your popular dishes, because I might have. I just don't know it. You got dumped? I'm sorry to hear that. For me, it would be fried chicken and Detroit style pizza with ice cream. With like, not just like ice cream, like slutty ice cream, like moose tracks, like ice creams with whole ass peanut butter cups inside. Ben and Jerry's fish food is a pretty good one. Half baked stuff with cookie dough in it and brownie batter, and just like, just put yourself into a coma. So that would be the kind of food that I would eat if I was going through a breakup. Again, I'm sorry that that's happening, but I hope you enjoy a lot of ice cream. Why don't Chinese recipes and meals incorporate tomatoes? There are some that do. We don't use tomatoes say as much as like Japanese people do, but then we have like we use tomatoes in our stir-fried tomato and egg, which is something that is a pretty iconic dish that relates back to like a lot of Chinese people's childhoods. We use tomatoes in I think it's a Fujianese cuisine. I don't know which one's squirrelfish, but squirrelfish has tomatoes in it. Probably because it's not easily stir-fried. We also do like a tomato and fish soup. There are tomatoes, they're not as much as say like Italian or Mexican cuisine. It's not like the base for a lot of things, but it is a really important part to a lot of very important dishes. We're just cooking down these onions. Let me show you what we're doing right now. So right now we're creating like our little curry base. It is got the tomato achar in there as well as the curry paste. We're gonna cook down the onions a little bit. Get the water out of this and then replace that with, you could replace it with coconut milk. You could replace it with chicken stock. I'm gonna use chicken stock because there is an open thing of chicken stock in my fridge right now and I wanna use things. I'm taking a trip to New York in a couple days, so I wanna use as much food as possible. But while this is going, and while we are continuing to cook this down, we're gonna break down a chicken, because if you're gonna make a curry, it's just easier to break down a chicken when you're doing it. So, love your comment. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm gonna do the big meat cutting board. There we go. Yeah, hello. So if your chicken came with a neck, you can go ahead and just take that out. Because I have no use for a neck. Do you want it? No, you can't have it either. Okay, to break down a chicken, I'm gonna get my chicken knife. Chicken knife. Okay. So, we're gonna break down this chicken. I'm gonna separate the breasts as well as the leg quarters and the wings. We could make this into a stock. We could do the bones to a stock. I did save the neck, but again, yeah, well, why not? We'll make it into a stock. So, we just remove the breast. Once you remove the breast, it's pretty easy to see like the wing quarter. I should have moved the camera. How am I gonna do this? Maybe if I did like this. Yeah. Breasts, chicken wing, and leg quarter is pretty easy. You kind of just like snap it out of the socket, and then you take your knife and run it along and around the bone. There. And on this side, you flip it over again, do the same thing, just removing the flesh of the breast from the bone, and then going along, and just keep going until like it literally just falls off. You might have to cut the skin a little bit to loosen it up, but I think I cut the wishbone. Leg quarter, or wing, right there. Leg bone, snap, and slice. Now you have a chicken back for stock, which let's just do that right now. We'll do this neck bone, and we'll do, since there's only 2 chicken wings, we'll use the chicken wings for stock as well. So we got chicken and water going. So these are the 4 pieces that we will be using in the curry itself. The chicken breast, the bone part, as well as, you know, the 2 breasts and the leg part, quarters. So, what was that? Scrape it and burn it off. Having a blowtorch definitely helps. Mochi's helping catch any potential cleanup that needs to happen. Let's take a look and see how the curry paste is doing. We have a beautiful golden color and it smells amazing. So what we'll do now is we will add chicken stock. Chicken stock, salt. This is diamond crystal salt, and it's got like a huge, like it's very, very like, it's pretty much air puffed, so it's not very thick. So you can use a lot of it and get away with it. So we have in there the master stock spice mix. We have there some curry powder. I'm gonna add, oh yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna add like, do I want to? No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna add more tomato achar, and that will be my tomato pasty umami sweet goodness. I was gonna add like just some tomatoes, some straight up tomatoes in here, but I don't want to do that. This is brilliant stuff already. And a little bit of chicken stock, because we want to turn this paste into pretty much a sauce. Hello there. We are doing pretty well. Yeah, we got it. All right, cool. It smells amazing. So now, since we're only doing 4 pieces of chicken, we can probably just use a small Dutch oven. So I have to go get that. That is up here. That's too small. I've gotten better at gauging the sizes of things. Yeah, that's good. That's what she said. Well done. Well done. We're going to. I will say this, that like YouTube people in the chat are a lot. Y'all are funnier. Y'all are funnier than the TikTokers. Y'all are sassier for sure, and I appreciate that. Although I've never gone on an Instagram live before. I've only done YouTube and TikTok lives. I've gone on done Instagram lives with other. Ooh. Oh, okay. I've done Instagram lives with other people to do like benefits and charities and stuff like that, but not like just to hang out. Damn, just give me where you are. Hello from Tokyo. Hello there. Hello from Detroit. What is my cooking experience? Well, I taught myself how to cook initially, and then I've worked at a couple of. Then I started working a lot of pop-ups for people, like professional cooks, before I worked at their restaurants. And then I started my own thing, and I did that for a few years. And then the pandemic hit, and I was on the way to like opening a restaurant. Then the pandemic hit, and then I switched to being a content creator, and it's working out pretty well for me. So, decked out a kitchen, bought a house, and kind of like am dedicating myself to making content, and that's it. Also, I'm writing a book. My book comes out soon, and I came up with spices. I did a lot of stuff. I've been busy. Okay. So we got a nice little basic curry here. From the Bronx, hello there. But curry is not enough by itself. I do prefer Staub over Le Creuset. Well, no. I like Le Creuset because they've got a lot of fun colors. I like Staub because they have a better lid. So we're gonna add some star anise to the curry. We're going to add some bay leaf to the curry. This money. We're going to add some cardamom to the curry. Cinnamon too, because cinnamon just happened to be out already. Cinnamon, cardamom. If you've ever bought spices before, this is a lot of money. Yoink. Oh, I haven't had a good cardamom heavy, like curry in a while. I'm excited. A couple cloves. More than a couple cloves. Don't want to do coriander. That's good. So to this, we have made ourselves a nice little curry base. And we will add our chicken. I'm not gonna cut it up because I don't want to. Because I'm going to I'm stewing this as these pieces as if they were full. Because there's only 2 of us eating here and I don't want to share. It's a lot easier to divvy up between 2 this way. I just realized I just got these jeans in the mail and I love them, and it was very ballsy for me to make curry while wearing new jeans. But I didn't get any on me, so bring to a simmer, and then after it starts to bubble, bring it down, turn it down a little bit, and then let it continue to cook for another hour, and that's it. Gotta break into new jeans. I mean, there's breaking in new jeans and then there's just staining them with shit tons of turmeric. So it's not the same. We've already got some bubbling going on in there because it was already hot. So now I guess I will just answer questions, hang out, do the dishes. What's up? How are you guys doing? We've been on for 41 minutes. No aprons. We die like men. You taunted the Guri gods. Say goodbye to your jeans. Wearing, okay, so like, I want to get to the level of like bougie auntie making food in like the white velour tracksuit. I want to get that good. I'm not that good, but I want to get to be that good. Teach us how to spice food like you? I mean, it's not that difficult. It's pretty much just a matter, like, here's the thing, like, when it comes to cooks, like, we don't really know how much of you're never gonna know how much of everything goes in what until you just do it enough times and be like, a few of these sound right, a few of those sound right. We're not bakers, we're not pastry people, we're not really type A. When it comes to soups and like, we just keep putting things in until it tastes right. And once you've done it enough times, you don't really have to worry about it. And I believe in you, and I believe that you will be able to do it. I think you guys are smart enough to be able to figure out rather quickly. And it's about like also tasting each spice individually. I think if you grew up in a house, you need to drink more, that's true. I am the bougie auntie. Amazing. Keep the dishwasher safe. What the hell am I doing? I believe that if you grew up in a house that put whole spices in the food, and like you're like on one hand, yes, you are traumatized because biting star anise is delicious. Cardamom is delicious, but biting into them while you're eating is 100% a like harrowing experience. But because you have that, you know what it tastes like, and if you know what it tastes like, you like are probably better off, and you know how to cook with it than somebody who's used to just like ground spices their whole life. So cook with whole spices so that you can accidentally eat them and bite into them and kind of like have them ruin your experience for a little bit, but you know what they taste like and you know what they do to the overall dish. It's pretty much a trial by fire. It's culinary hazing. If I make something and but also when you cook for yourself and a few people, it's really up to your own taste. That's true. That's true. But you know what? I think everybody in general has a basic sense of what tastes good and what does not taste good, because we all have needs and like our desires are pretty much closely the same. Like I can appreciate chocolate in almost any form. Somebody likes spicy food, I fucks with that too. I think hopefully you have the opportunity to practice cooking as much as you want. And you will act on that. Because you are your best practice. What was it? You are your best opportunity to practice, I guess I was trying to say. hello. Thanks for making work less boring. Oh, happy to do it. Is there something I can replace? Wait. Rendang? I have not, but I like eating rendang. Rendang is delicious. Is there something I can replace sake for in stock? Not, well, if you don't drink alcohol. If the reason is because you don't drink alcohol, but you can kind of get away with making like a really weak miso broth. So take a little bit of miso paste and make a really diluted broth, and it can kind of do like what it needs to do in terms of like adding that kind of fermented complexity. Otherwise, you can just omit it. For broth, I mean. The chicken stock can use some love. Okay. We're going to add to this, what have we got? Oh, nice. Half an onion. Throw that in there. It smells really good in here right now, I won't lie. Onion. We will throw in some garlic. Garlic. What else? This jar leaked into my fridge. I hate when that happens. Excuse me, Mother. What else can we add? Ginger, obviously. Eris, yes, that is Eris theme. Some basic pieces of ginger, and where'd that garlic go? Oh, hi. Yeah. She's here. She smells food. Here is a little like trick to making like your chicken broth taste amazing and super nuanced. A couple of things of black garlic. So these are bulbs of black garlic. I'm just gonna put those in there, in with my developing chicken stock, and it'll add like complexity and depth and richness to it. Unmatched as a broth ingredient, and underappreciated. Go. I had to wash black garlic. Why have I never known of this? Yeah, it's not very frequently used as like a broth like enhancer, but it definitely can be, and it is that girl. Black garlic is that girl. You dehydrate it for like a month? Yeah, but you can also just buy it at the store. I'm glad you enjoyed doing that. Well, you found that useful. Where you put it in, you put it in 2 bowls and you just shake it. I'm just munching on some broccoli. Somebody brought like a crudité thing, and like I just took the vegetables. Let's see how we're doing here. So by this point, the chicken hasn't been really fully cooked yet. We gotta like mix it up a little bit. But it's starting to release like water into the curry, and the curry is getting a little bit thinner. And so we just do a little flippy flip. Okay, it's hard for me to do this when I'm, there we go. It's got some lovely sounds. I think it's probably gonna need another 20 minutes and then it'll be good. If you want some broccoli, you'll get farts. I feel like these will give you like really bad farts. You'd have a little bit. You have a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. Do you even like broccoli? You do, okay. Oh, good. I'm pretty sure broccoli is good for dogs. Okay, let's skim some of this stock. You don't really need to like skim soup's broth. Like, I generally don't, but this is also just something to do right now. So scum, it's not impurities or anything from, it's literally just protein. This is just protein. It's not dangerous, it's not toxins, like that's all kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like bullshit, yes. But it does kind of like cloudy up your soup. But you know what else is cloudy? Bone broth. That's like all this stuff is too. You get bison bones? That is such a flex. I am so jealous. There, that is clear enough for me. Do you want this though, puppy dog? I bet you do. I'm gonna put an ice cube in this and let you eat this because, like I said, it's just protein. I'm gonna cool this off, okay? Maybe put in some like actual broth in here too for you. I feel like the onions and the garlic haven't been cooking in this long enough for it to be bad, so you're good. A little chicken fat. Deer jerky, that is delicious. Oops, spilled some. Now I'm gonna add this to your food. Mochi. There you go. Enjoy. What, the lights? What happened to the lights? All right, so that was like our little hangout session. We've hit an hour, about an hour. So I am going to head on out. But thank you everyone who stuck around and just like chilled with me while I cooked for an hour. I hope you guys have like an amazing day. And if I don't see you guys, like maybe I'll be in New York from Friday for a week, so maybe I'll do a live out of there. We can hang out. But yeah, I definitely would like to do more of these and just like spend time with you more. Yeah, have a wonderful evening and I'll talk to you guys soon, all right?